Hey y'all, welcome to the Miraculous Freedom Podcast. I'm your host Chelsea and I'm so excited you're here. Freedom in Christ is a gift that's ours for the taking, yet in so many areas of life it's easy to feel stuck. We all need reminding of how the gospel frees us to live abundantly in every area of life. So whether you're at home or on the go, I hope you'll stick around for an uplifting conversation that will encourage you to walk in the miraculous freedom that you've been given. Thanks so much for tuning in. Hey y'all, welcome back to the podcast. This is sort of a bonus episode, kind of a special episode. This is part 2 of my conversation with my friend Jessica McCraney. So if you missed part 1, I do encourage you to go back and listen to it. It aired 2 weeks ago and it was called Free to Become a Joyful Mama. And in part 1, we kind of gave an overview or like a bird's eye view of motherhood in the Christian context. And then today in part 2, we're getting more practical. We also are talking about this book, M is for Mama, A Rebellion Against Mediocre Motherhood by Abbie Halberstadt. Her name is kind of difficult to say, but this was a great read. So I do highly recommend this book, and I hope that you enjoy hearing me and Jessica discuss that and some other practical things about Christian motherhood. If you are not a mom, I still encourage you to listen because you might be mothering in some aspect or way right now. Of course, in the future, you might be as well. And so we would love for you to stick around and listen to today's conversation as well. Before we get started, I wanted to remind you that our Joyful Mama t-shirts are the shirt of the month for this month. And so that means they're on special. They are $20. They are comfort colors. And I'm not wearing it now. I'm wearing another one. But anyway, they say Joyful Mama. And we can put them on any color shirt. So right now I'm wearing this kind of teal shirt. So we can put it on the teal, the light blue, the light pink, or the fuchsia or purple. And so we've got cream text and also kind of navy text, but it really looks more black. So we would love for you to shop and get that deal while it still lasts. It will be all the way till the end of the month. And we would love to send you a Joyful Mama t-shirt and love for you to join the movement of being a Joyful Mama. And without further ado, let's jump into today's episode with Jessica McCraney. Okay, so we've been referencing this book, but I haven't actually showed it to the camera or said what it is. M is for Mama by Abbie Halberstadt. I don't know if that's exactly how you say it. But I heard this lady on a podcast, and I don't think I've ever listened to a podcast twice, the same episode twice. Yeah, but I went back and listened to this one twice. It was good. It was really good. And so I sent it to Jessica, and I was like, let's get this. Yeah. And you were on board. So if you haven't read the book, we're about to kind of summarize some things. So
there's a lot of good little nuggets in here.
A lot. And she's got other books too, but I think this was her first one.
Yes.
So what were some of your main takeaways from it?
So I loved the first chapter was one, it really did hook me, but she talked about like the mediocre mom, and I have several quotes here, but she, and you'll probably have to help me. It's been a minute since I've read it, but just basically how our society is filled with mediocre moms. And it really, and we can all be sucked into it. Like, and I don't say this to be like, oh, I'm just so high above being a mediocre mom. Like when I read this, I was like,
a little convicted.
I was convicted. Definitely fall into that category because like, I mean, you know, so let me tell you, she describes mediocre as someone or something, and this is from the Webster Dictionary, as someone or something of moderate or low quality, value, ability, or performance. They're just ordinary.
Yeah.
But she really made good points about just like our culture. We settle for being mediocre moms. Like we settle because, well, that's just what everybody is doing.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and we don't, and we just, I think and this has to go back to like a spiritual lens of this is a calling on my life. Like, you know, if a pastor just took his job, like, you know, as a pastor is just, well, I'm getting a paycheck and I just gonna
do enough to get by.
Yeah. Like you would be like, you're a mediocre pastor.
Right.
But someone like a pastor who's spending time in the, like, you can tell. I know that we've all heard pastors who you're like, this is definitely a calling on their life. And unfortunately, I know I've heard pastors and I'm like, this is a job for you.
Oh, yeah.
And it's clear. Like, when you're spiritually in tune, like, it is clear.
Mm-hmm.
And, but kind of the same with motherhood is that, like, I'm sure I have been mediocre more days than I have looked into this as, like, a higher calling.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Because we are by ourselves with our kids and, like, you know.
It's just another day and you just get in your routine. Yeah.
But to see it through the lens of, like, how the Lord has given this to us is special, and it's rewarding, and, you know, there's just so much good in it. Yeah. Spiritually speaking.
Right.
And so, I don't know, I was very convicted that I was thinking, oh, I did not realize that I was necessarily so mediocre in so many ways.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And I think for anybody listening, like, this is not, I don't know, I think she really meant from a spiritual perspective.
Yeah.
You know, this is not like, okay, we're having peanut butter and jelly for supper and that means you're a mediocre mom. That's not what that means.
No. Yeah.
So I do want to just read, because at the end of every chapter, she had mediocre motherhood on the left and then Christ-like motherhood on the right.
Yeah.
So just to kind of explain, under mediocre motherhood, she said, wallows and struggles resulting in prolonged anger or apathy. And we kind of talked about that too, like complaining just for the sake of complaining. Yeah. Sees community as a source of self-affirmation. So again, like trying to get validation of what you're doing is okay, even though it's bad.
So bad. Or my kid is just this. And then you try to top each other off of, like, well, my kid, you know.
Yeah. Wait till you hear.
Yeah. And so, but that's a lot of times like a mom conversation.
Because you are trying to connect, I think, with other moms. Yeah. And you want to belong, I guess. Yeah. But
and there are other ways. You really are struggling. Like,
I
mean,
it could be a cry for help.
Yeah. But yes, I did. That was something I highlighted of just, it's not necessarily just because you're getting self-affirmation doesn't mean that it's true.
Right. Yeah. That's so good. And then the last one is just seeks approval for mediocrity. And then on the flip side, Christ-like motherhood acknowledges struggles but leans on the Lord for strength and direction. And then sees community as a source of encouragement and wisdom. And the last one is seeks to, quote, do better through Christ. So kind of be sanctified, I guess.
Yeah.
So I liked how she started the book with that. So we all are on the same page of what does she mean by mediocre?
Yeah. Yeah. And it was, and at the end, and she always does like this little kind of like a, what's the word? Self-reflection at the end.
Oh, yeah.
So, there's the mediocre and then Christ-like mom and then like a prayer and things like that. And I highlighted that recognizing that community to Christ is infinitely better than fitting in with the world. Oh. So instead of seeking that validation from other moms, like in a comparison sense, not in a godly wisdom sense, but in a comparison sense that, like, the community with Christ is better and you're going to have a positive outcome. Yes. You know, it's going to be more positive than the negative side of parenthood.
Right. Yeah.
Because I think too, when you approach the Lord about the struggles with your kids, like, it reveals your heart too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, it's, you know, where if moms are just getting together just to complain about their kids, like we're talking about, we've been talking about, we're just like affirming that this is okay and everybody feels this way.
Yeah.
And to have that conversation with the Lord, like you're first of all, you're humbling yourself to pray to the Lord about, you know, your child. And then, I don't know, it's sanctifying. The whole process is sanctifying.
Yes.
You're going to come out with a better outcome when you're talking to the Lord about these struggles or, you know, whatever you're having to handle as a mama.
Yeah. And he can just give you a better perspective too, a lot of times.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Were there any other takeaways from the book?
I had something that I mean, literally every chapter I highlighted stuff in every passage. I feel like the end there were, like, on the self-reflection, I always try to meditate on, like, what is at least one thing that I can work on.
Yeah.
To help me, you know, and just to be more Christ-like in our motherhood.
Yeah.
You know, just to be, I have not finished it yet, actually. I had this packed in my, because I had to go to the hospital a few weeks ago.
Oh, right.
And I really thought baby was coming that day. And I threw this in my bag.
Did
because
you?
I was thinking, well, we just had, you know, getting ready for the baby. Hadn't had a whole lot of time to do anything besides prep.
Yeah.
And so I thought, well, you know what? I can finish this book when I'm. So actually, I stopped reading it about 3 weeks ago.
Okay.
And I threw it in my bag and I got it out. But no, I'm gonna finish it whenever this one's born. But there was not a chapter that I didn't highlight multiple things that I thought like that were convicting to me. You know? And so I highly recommend this. But I mean, it's just good.
It really is.
It's an easy read.
Right. Yeah. It's almost
really
conversational. Like you just feel like you're talking to somebody.
It is. And I think she has like 2 other books. This was the first
Yes.
one that we kind of started.
But
Hard
is not the same as bad. What's another one? I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then something about
Your stretch marks.
Yeah,
You bet your stretch marks.
Stretch marks. Yeah. But yeah, it was just like it. I don't know. I really enjoyed it. It's an easy read, and I think it's something good you can go back and reference.
Yes. I was thinking the same thing. Like, I'm going to keep this, and then just if I'm struggling in a certain area, go back to that chapter.
Yes.
Because the chapters are short.
They really are.
You could even read just the bullet points that I just read if you really had to.
Yeah.
Just to remind yourself.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I mean, the book has been phenomenal so far. I'm halfway through it. And so
I've loved it too.
I have too. Yeah. It was a good little treat for us to get.
Yes, it was. And I actually in January transitioned, as you know, to just being at home full time.
Yes.
And so I felt like this was a good almost reset for me. Like, okay, here we go. You know?
Like, this could definitely be a book that like you read every year as a mom.
Yeah.
Like, it's just that it's that easy to read.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, it is. It's so good. Was there anything you kind of mentioned that you highlighted something in every chapter? Was there anything that you're like, okay, we're doing this now because I read that?
Okay. This is really not a good example because of how I look today. But you know, I told you.
I don't know what you're going to say.
We were talking about what. So a few weeks ago we were talking. This is obviously not something that I have kept up for today. But a few weeks ago, I was telling you that I was very convicted about, I don't even know what chapter it's in, about
I don't remember either.
Going somewhere and just, you know, or even just being around the house. Like I was like, I'm going to put forth the effort. And I don't even, like, when I can't pinpoint the chapter and stuff, but she just made it a point that, like, because this is a holy calling, because this is, like, we can take pride in ourselves and how we look.
Yeah. You were days away from having a baby, so
that I was like, you know, I might not put on makeup every day, but I'm going to get up and I'm going to put, because there were days that I'm just like, I know we're staying home. I'm going to stay in my pajamas. Yeah, I'm just going to.
Yeah.
I'm not
and that's
saying
okay
that
every
I
now and
haven't
then.
done that since then. But it was like, it really was a moment for me that I was like, I can take more pride in this area of my life because like I'm doing this for people I love. Like I'm doing this for my husband and I'm doing this for my children. Like, and so it's more of like a, like a sense of just like, she made it a point, like you don't go into your job with pajamas and like, you know,
messy bun.
So, And so, and like we've been talking about, if this is a high calling and this, you know, do we treat it as such, even like approach it in a physical sense as such? And I was like, oh, no, I really don't some days. You know? And so again, not that it's, you can wear your pajamas. I have worn my pajamas, you know. But I thought that is something that I know that I felt convicted that I was like, oh, I need to, you know. And now here we are today.
No, you're good.
But that is something that I really have tried to take even just 10 minutes just to like, you know? And
right.
It makes you feel better. It does make you feel better.
Really does.
It really does.
That happened to me last week. Okay, so last week, I think I told you I got my maternity stuff out because I just felt like, I mean, I was still barely fitting into my clothes.
Yeah.
But I felt like the clothes that I could fit into were just like sloppy, you know?
Yeah.
And I just started feeling kind of sad and down. And then I got out clothes that were actually like,
you feel better about yourself.
And I was like, oh, I feel like a new person.
Yeah.
Because I'm wearing shorts that are not elastic.
Yeah.
Well, they actually were, but you know what I mean?
Yeah. And then, and I think she made the point too, like it does change your mood. Like when when you know, even if you're not going anywhere, to just like put on clothes.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like real clothes, even, you know, and, I don't know. That was just something that, which is ironic because of how I look today.
No,
but I did take into account that I could have this baby any day now.
Right.
And that was my excuse for today.
Yeah, no.
I told you before I came, I said, I'm going to be very lax tonight.
No, you look great.
But yeah, I think, and I just think she just has a lot of good things like that in the book that you.
Practical.
That you can work on.
Yeah, that you can do today.
Yeah.
You know, or tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe tomorrow we'll do that.
Yes. Yeah.
What about you? What was your... What was one of your biggest takeaways
Okay, you're going to be surprised, I think.
Okay.
Have you gotten to the chapter about the gentleness challenge?
What chapter is it?
Chapter 9.
No, I haven't. I'm at chapter 9.
It was convicting because I think of myself as a gentle person.
I think of you as a gentle person.
I know. I figured you would.
I do. No, I really do.
But like, I think, like we've been saying, not to blame everything on hormones, but I really do think in the first trimester, like, I really was just so tired and so nauseous and feeling so bad. And so it was really hard for me to keep my patience with Aya Francis. And we had both been sick at different times. And,
That's
you know,
hard.
I was telling you that she was just doing stuff like that she knows that she's going to get in trouble for. I think just to see, am I going to still get in trouble for this? And I know that that's normal, but it was really wearing me down. And so I read this chapter and I was like, I am not being gentle with her. And so I got a little lock screen on my phone of one of the verses that she mentioned. It's be patient, be completely gentle and patient. I did have it committed to memory, but now that there's a microphone here, I don't. But it just tells you to, you know, do everything in love and patience and be completely gentle. And I'm like, completely gentle? That's, I mean, 100% gentle? That's hard to do.
Yeah.
You know, especially like if you're in a hurry, you got to get out the door to go somewhere.
Yeah.
So I really do think that was one of the best chapters for me. And that was something that surprised me that I didn't even, like you kind of mentioned earlier, I didn't even really realize that this was a problem, you know? So.
And I think it's so hard. Like, I think for me, it's so hard because, you know, we talk about like our society right now is like gentle parenting and like all these things. And I really do get hung up sometimes of like, am I being too gentle or am I being too harsh or like which I really don't think I'm harsh, but it's how do I navigate this in a godly way? Like sometimes it's just hard to know, especially like because that, I mean, we talk like we know it, but like I'm an amateur when it comes to this. I mean, you know, we have so much to learn. Like, I mean, I'm just figuring out as I go.
Yeah,
and I know what I've been taught, but like, who knows what tomorrow is going to bring? You know,
exactly.
And so it's just hard sometimes to know like, how do I approach this situation?
Yeah.
Especially like with the age that they're at, where they are testing you. Yeah, and it's like, I know you know. Yeah. I know that you know.
Oh, she'll say, like, I'm going to do blah, blah, blah and go to timeout. And I'm like, do you want to do that? Yes. And then she does it. Yeah. And we're like, okay, well, let's go to timeout, you know? Yeah. So yeah, it's not that we assume that they know. Like, she actually tells me. Oh, yeah. And she knows.
That's what I'll ask Noah. If you do that,
what's going to happen?
Yeah. And I even told Chase, I was like, I've been giving him 3 chances. Oh. Like, I give him a chance on the second, and I know he's going to do it. Like, I know he's going to, he's going to wind up getting the consequence that I've threatened. You know what I mean? Uh-huh. And I told Chase, I was like, on the second time, I really talked to him. If you do this, this is what's going to happen. Do you want to do that? And he'll say, yes. And I'm like, no, you don't. No, you don't, you know?
Yeah.
But it is hard to know. I think sometimes, like, especially for gentleness, like, am I being too gentle? Should I be?
Right.
Or am I being gentle enough? Like, that, I don't know. That's a tough one for me right now.
Yeah. I think
at this age.
I think something that she was talking about too was like your tone.
Oh, yeah.
So not really whether or not the consequence was too harsh or not, but like how you're communicating to them. And she talked about the consequences too, but yeah, I think like if you're speaking in harsh tones, then yeah, you need to be more gentle.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, as far as like, was this punishment too harsh? It is very difficult.
It is
to know. But something that she said too was like just being consistent speaks volumes.
Yeah.
So that's something that I'm trying.
Yeah. That's all we can
try.
That's all we can try again.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I had one other like aha moment, and I'm almost embarrassed to share this one because my mom and I did a podcast on the power of your words last year, and I had like written a whole blog post about this verse, and now I can't find it, but it's the verse that like pleasant words are sweet and all of that. And she was talking about how the words you speak about yourself are like that. Like pleasant words bring life, and, you know, unpleasant words or whatever it is bring death. And so I've always thought that about other people. Like, okay, you need to speak kindly to other people because of this verse and all that. But she made the point that like what you were saying about your own body or your own self could be affecting you negatively. And I had never really thought about that. Yeah, I don't remember what her example was exactly, but I've experienced that too. Like I've not even been like talking, but like I've texted Muhammad like I feel like I'm about to, you know, go crazy or lose. And then it's like I'm a second away from doing that, and I just like spoke that over myself. Yeah. And so, you know, I've been very intentional about my words with her, but then this was a very good reminder of like, oh, my words affect me too. Yeah. So anyway,
they definitely do. And I think that somebody asked me the other day, and it really did frustrate me because they said, well, can you tell that Noah's in the terrible twos now? Oh. And I said, well, we're not going to speak like that over here.
Good.
Because it is true. And
right.
Like speaking negative or like life-giving, it gives people life. Like your words give... With the tongue comes life and death. Like,
right. Yeah.
You know, and so I was like, no, we're going to speak that over him.
Good for you.
And
standing
so
up for him.
I think that, you know, and in my mind, I'm thinking, you know, like,
right.
Like, what are we about to be up against? But at the same time, it's like, I'm trying to tune those words that he is determined, or he is, you know, like these are good, these can be good qualities. Like we just have to train them to be good qualities for them. You know?
I totally agree.
So no, I like that. It's very true.
Yeah.
Our words have a lot of meaning.
I wish I would have marked it like with a bookmark, but anyway. Hopefully that made sense.
Yeah. No, it did. It did.
Oh goodness. Well, we're getting to the end of our time here.
Yes.
Thank you so much again for doing this.
Thank you.
Before we close, I wanted some like rapid fire questions
for
fellow pregnant moms.
Okay.
So first of all, how has this pregnancy been different from your first? Or has it?
Yes. I feel like this one overall has been easier.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I was more sick in the first like 2 months of this one. But I had a lot more going on with Noah. And then I did have some of the same like pain and stuff, but I don't know if he shifted around or whatever, but I have been like pretty much pain free for like 2 months now. And it's
awesome.
Like mentally has been life changing.
Oh yeah.
That I can like walk around and not hurt. Like, I mean, you know, I was like hurting just being. And so, anyways,
that makes a difference.
I think overall it's been easier in a lot of ways.
Okay.
Yeah.
One of my sisters-in-law asked me that, like, has this one been easier or not? And I feel like I have dealt with things better, so it seemed easier. I don't know if it actually has been easier.
Maybe because you know,
or
you expect.
I know. I kind of know what I need to do. Like I was saying earlier, I'm going to get more nauseous if I don't take a nap when I can. You know, so I'm doing that. Whereas with Aya Francis, I was like bound and determined, kind of to keep my schedule as normal.
Yeah,
and that just didn't work very well.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I do think overall it's been easier.
Okay, that's
in a lot of ways. Yeah, it gives me hope
you.
For like the future.
Yeah, bring them on. Oh goodness. Okay, any encouragement or practical tips for moms who are not feeling well and also taking care of a toddler?
Bless you. It's just you just gotta get through it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know that there's easy.
Yeah.
You just gotta.
We ate a lot of snacks. There were a lot of Cheerios and snack traps
for both of y'all.
Yeah. But I mean, to keep her occupied, I hate to say
it's not going to be forever.
Right. It's just a couple of weeks or months. So
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
just keep that in mind too.
Just keep going.
Oh, so good. What was the most surprising thing to you postpartum last time? If you can think back to that.
Okay. Well, it's kind of funny, but maybe not for some. But we kind of talked about it recently. Just the thoughts that I would have.
Oh yeah.
Just kind of like, and
just
they can
wild.
be just wild thoughts. They can be crazy. They're so real to you in that moment. But looking back is like, man,
what was I thinking?
You know, and as mamas, like when you've kind of gotten through that point, you can like kind of laugh about it.
Yeah.
That like, okay, you know, those things that I imagined were not going to happen.
Right.
So I kind of hope that like this, which your hormone, I mean, there's only so much that you can control. Yeah. So, I'm kind of hoping that with this one, I will be a little more rational.
Okay.
You know, that that the emotional of the what ifs will be like, that's not going to happen.
Right.
We've done this before.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll be a little calmer.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's kind of kind of funny looking back, but in the moment it is like
it's serious.
It is so serious.
The thing with me was I knew it was crazy what I was thinking, but I would tell Muhammad, like, I think I'm thinking something crazy, and he's like, yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, I think I was like, no, this is real. Like this is, and only I can see it coming.
Yeah.
But no,
nobody else.
I think it just surprised me how far your thoughts can go with you.
Yeah.
And especially when you're home by yourself.
Oh, yeah.
Like
yeah.
Like when everybody's gone back
sleep
to
deprived.
work.
Yeah.
You're sleep deprived. Everybody's gone back to work. You don't know your baby. And
right.
I'm thinking, people sent him home with me, you know, like to take care, to make him survive.
Yeah.
Like, and I think you kind of, and you're like, do I get out with them? Do I stay home with, you know, there's just so many things that you just don't know, and you're learning. You don't know their cries. You don't know.
Yeah.
You know, you're both figuring each other out.
Right.
And so I hope that this time that will be a little different, but
yeah.
I do remember, so for first time mama, I do remember thinking one day, either I'm going to have a crazy day here at the house, or we're going to get out and we're going to be crazy out. And I decided we were going to be crazy out. And so I thought either it's going to, you know, and it really, it just was so good for my mind to just get out.
To get out.
And he was sleeping. I mean, he was like a month or two. I mean,
okay.
So but I think I was fearful to leave.
Yeah.
I was fearful to stay. I was fearful to leave. Like,
right.
There was just so much fear.
Yeah.
And so many things. But I just remember I thought, we're going to get out and we're going to get a coffee. And we got out and got a coffee. And I think I pulled over in the Goodwill parking lot to feed him.
Oh.
And burp him because he had gotten hungry. And like, you know, and I think I changed him in the car. Like, I mean, yeah. You know, I
just do what you got to do.
But I was like, no, it was so much better for me mentally just to get out.
Yes.
So
I totally agree with that.
I think you're going to have a crazy day either way. Like, just
don't do it alone.
Don't do it alone, you know. Just do it for the whole world to see. You know? But no, it really does help to just get out. Just,
yes.
You know. And,
yes.
And I think the more you get out, it kind of, it suffices, you know, some of those fears that you have.
Oh, right.
You know, they kind of start
Yes.
Okay, that wasn't so scary. That wasn't,
Yes. Because you're kind of in a bubble. And you're kind of isolated from the world. And then when you do get back into the real world, you're like, the world's still turning and everything's fine.
Birds tweeting.
Right. Yeah. Oh, that's great advice. Yeah. Even for us, we would go on a walk every day. And there's one flat street in our neighborhood. So we would just walk up and down that street.
Yeah.
And that did a world of good.
Yeah.
So
it is.
Yes. Okay. Well, I guess that's kind of what you're planning to do differently this time, postpartum.
Just I feel more confident this time. Like I just feel like I just kind of know what to
more
expect. I feel a little more confident. I do remember with Noah when I was pregnant, I worried a lot when I was pregnant.
Oh, yeah.
Did you?
Yes.
I worried a lot, like about everything.
I didn't really realize I was worrying either.
Yeah. And there have been moments that I have been concerned. I mean, just as a mom, when you're pregnant, you're watching
right.
But also running around with a toddler, you just don't have the mind to 100% think about this all the time. So I think that has been kind of better.
Yeah.
That I'm not like, this is not my whole thought process.
Right. Yes.
And then, so I think that, and then like with Noah, I think it'd be better. I won't have time to
sit and worry. Yeah.
Because you're gonna be busy.
Right. Yes.
So that's kind of what.
Yeah.
I mean, it could change. Stay tuned. It could change.
Right.
That's kind of my hope. I feel
that makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Just having somebody else to think about, something else to think about.
Yeah. And he's getting, they can talk back and forth to you. And so it's kind of like a little person that, you got a friend.
Little buddy. Oh, so sweet. Okay. Any postpartum must-haves and anything you could have done without last time?
Okay. If I had all the money in the world, a postpartum must-have. I always told Chase, if we had the money, I would get a night nurse. We
Wouldn't
do not
that be
have
nice?
the money to get a night nurse. No, I mean, I don't know. Sometimes I just think women have always done this.
Right.
For thousands of years.
Yeah.
Like, I really have to remind myself of that.
Yeah.
Pretty regularly that this is nothing new under the sun.
Right.
And you're just another one experiencing it.
Exactly.
But yeah, I think you kind of figure out what works in the moment, and sometimes you have to figure out different things.
Yeah.
I will say one of the biggest things that helped. We got this little toy for Noah, the little tummy time.
Oh yeah.
And it sings a little song, and he could play with it with his feet. That was probably the best thing.
Okay.
From like 0 to 3 months.
Okay.
That was probably the best thing.
Oh.
That I would not do without.
Okay.
Over a swing, over everything.
Wow.
That was just,
Okay, I don't think we had one of those.
That was the best thing.
Maybe we should invest.
I'll sing it, and like in bed at night, the song will be going through my head.
Oh my goodness!
But but it was
worth
a good
it.
toy. Yeah, it was.
Oh. Well, that's great. Well, there's only one more question left. So, freedom in Christ does not mean doing whatever you want, but if you had a day where you could, what would you do?
So, actually, I know what I'm going to do.
Okay.
When I get my first free day, I have a gift card to go get a massage.
Really?
Yes.
Oh.
And I'm going to go get a massage.
Oh, that sounds so nice.
Yeah. Actually, someone gave it to me to do while I was pregnant.
Oh.
But I thought, I think I would enjoy it so much more after, you know?
Yeah.
And so fair. I'm kind of saving it. And I don't know when the first free day will be.
Yeah.
But when it comes, that's my
your plan
to go and get a massage.
That sounds
on
perfect.
Somebody else.
Yeah, right.
So, that's what I'm looking forward to.
Okay. Yeah. Well, good. Well, thank you so much.
Yes,
this has been so fun, and
is.
you have just shared so many good things. I'm excited for everybody to hear, but we really appreciate it, and can't wait to meet baby Hudson, of course.
I know. We're excited.
Yay.
Well, thank you for having me.
Oh, you're welcome anytime.